evolving digital landscape, for your business to thrive, you must adapt or die. Welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI, the podcast helping you harness the power of AI and marketing tools to revitalize and grow your business. And now here's your host, marketing expert and author of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI, Emmanuel Rose.
Welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI. I'm excited today to have a conversation with a very experienced technologist and developer of tools for marketers. Welcome to the show, Hakob.
Hi, everyone. Happy to be here.
And let's see, you're going to have to say your last name for me because that's a mouthful.
Sharabkhanyan.
All right. It sounds like it's spelled. I love it.
Yeah, it's even hard to, even Armenians have hard times spelling, so no problem.
Well, I appreciate your time today. And I appreciate the conversation that we're getting into. Describe a little bit about what your company does.
Yeah, so we are a custom software engineering partner firm. What we do, the way we position ourselves is that we are not a traditional outsource or outstaff agency. What we do is more boutique type of relationship and dedicated teams for our clients. So we have a team of 75 people right now, and with a team of 75 people, we serve only 9 clients right now. So we grow slowly, making sure that every client is cared properly, and we also keep very strong personal relationship with them.
Very nice. Yeah, that's a good ratio of text to a client. So you're able to manage that carefully. It sounds like. How did you get into software development and ultimately into AI development?
Yeah, I started HackTech when I was 19. So it was just, I was having a couple of side projects. I didn't have enough time to do it myself. So I started to hire a couple of people, and then it grew to a team of 75 people right now. And in AI, we ended up being through one of our clients. So again, with our clients, we have very transparent long-term relationships, and we still have a big client who is in the marketing industry, and they needed some digital transformation, basically from being a traditional advertising and marketing agency to build their custom software, which will help their team to be more effective. And at the end of the day, we come up with a custom software which enhanced all their processes, reduced human error, etc. And at that time, AI was trending, so they trusted us to start an AI tool for them, which basically is AI sales agent that can go start conversation with prospects, book them to the whatever the industry they are in, add to the CRM, and do all the stuff that their manual lead generation team would do.
That's awesome. So is this, we'll call it a bot? Is that the right term to say?
We are calling it team member rather than bot. So it's your virtual team member.
Okay, I like that. That's a very subtle change, but we'll call it that. The virtual team member. Is it autonomous in that it can go and it has parameters to go and search LinkedIn or the web, or does it need to have an email list and a CSV to feed it? How's that start?
Yeah, it's more specialized. It's connected to the CRM. So as soon as the lead ends up being in the CRM and starting the conversation, the first version of the platform for some private audience is live. It's doing a great job. It increased the conversion rate for these companies by 25% already. And now we are working on a bigger SaaS version. So most of the stuff is confidential, in the next 6 months until it will become accessible to everyone. But it's an awesome product that will solve a lot of problem for especially small companies who can't have enough budget for professional sales teams.
Sure. So like let's say I'm in Go High Level, I upload 25 leads, and then the bot is going to email, text, and voice call that individual.
Right now, we are working only on text messages.
Text.
There are some limitations on the voice, especially related to the latency, because you need to make voice to text and then generate an answer, which requires a lot of real time data. So there's a couple of seconds latency that makes call very artificial. That's why we are now going with only text messages, SMS, and email.
Cool. Yeah, no, I love it. And then once the person responds, then there's the capacity for the virtual assistant to call on FAQs and have a conversation to a point of either scheduling or passing it on to another person. Is that accurate?
Exactly. It has all the capabilities to book the person, like to schedule a meeting. And in some scenarios, whenever it doesn't know the answer or we specifically mentioned it to escalate, it is escalating to the real human.
Interesting. Wow, that's an awesome product. And how long has it taken you to develop that all those connections in
I think
that product?
I think it's 6 to 8 months. We are on this particular product right now, and hopefully in a couple of months we'll have this. Again, it's already live for some audience. Most of the thing is being handled in the backend, but the SaaS version will be ready in 6 months.
All right. Well, that's cool. I'd like to have you back on when you're ready to talk about that again in detail, because it's the thing that that we're all of us marketing people are excited about, to actually have some of these services connected up correctly, right?
Exactly.
Is there another project that you're working on that's a marketing focused project you could tell me about?
Yeah, we are also doing some legal thing. Again, it's not in production. We just
Yeah.
started 2 months ago this project, but on a high level, it's an AI bot or just listener who listens for some specific type of news. It scrapes the news, finds some specific things, which I can't recall at the moment, but whenever it finds, it automatically creates a case, summarizes all the necessary information that lawyer will need, and usually after that's happened, the case is approved. Lawyers need to do some paid advertisement in different social platforms to bring in affected people. So it also will be able, it's not done yet, but it will be able to launch campaign in different social platforms with AI generated content and AI generated video for attracting people who are affected by this to like submit their details.
Okay, that's interesting. So that's starting to sound extremely autonomous, right? Where you're tasking it to go and find information, and then once it has the information, then that virtual assistant then is triggering a campaign to then get people to respond. Am I getting it correct?
Yeah, exactly. And we all know LLM, like large language models, and this thing when on top of large language models, you are building this kind of thing. It's called like large action models. So it's basically a model that can read the data, understand, interact, and like do basically what people can do.
Yeah, that's interesting. Uh, and then, are you seeing anything yet with like hyper personalization, or being able to crawl somebody's profile and then put that content into another piece of content? Are you working on anything like that yet?
Yeah, actually, even so, first of all, TalkTech, we never had sales because we always grow organically by referrals, our happy customers spreading the word. But we started doing some marketing and sales campaigns ourselves, and we
Yep.
see a big value of using AI on doing these personalizations, like maybe one line personalization. But uh, you need to be very specific about it. I mean, you can't just ask the GPT to check the profile and give us a personalization, because it will be very disconnected from the text that you are sending to your potential audience.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some companies doing this kind of stuff that they are completely giving autonomous ability to the bot to check the profile, come up with a message, and send it. But I personally believe that it's not the best way, because in the sales, when you are not putting enough effort on understanding the pain points and you are just sending random text, it's usually not working out.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that, right, with this kind of spray and pray model. Now that we have this all this ability to mass outreach, we have a lot of bad marketing happening again.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So then, well, let's talk about how you're leveraging the marketing. What does that look like for you, for your company? What are you doing?
Yeah, we are doing very little things. Again, we are mostly because we are boutique type of company. We don't need to get like 5 clients per quarter, so we are mostly depending on referrals. But we recently started to relaunch our website, because the fun thing, we haven't touched it for last 6-7 years. Being a software company with a completely outdated website is
Yeah,
not the best thing. But when you are working on referrals, they don't care, because the trust already there. So
sure.
we started from these kind of things. We are now AWS certified partner, so we are trying to promote it a little bit, and we are running some campaigns. So doing some like traditional research and doing some using some tools to run campaigns on the audience that we think will benefit. But again, we are not doing it in a scale like we'll do it like 50, 60 companies like per 2 weeks.
Yep.
Basically doing proper research, making sure that these people are facing the pain that we think we can solve, and only then reaching out to them.
Yeah, right. Account-based marketing, right? That's that model. I love it. Well, let's talk about like, so me as an agency owner, I've got like 10 different ideas for software or for AI tools that I could use. Will you just talk a little bit about kind of a best practice for how I take these ideas and get them shaped enough to come in and talk to somebody like you, so that it's efficient both for our time and my money to develop a tool?
Yeah. So the thing that we are very proud of is also our product management processes. So it's not just engineering. We are not a team of like coders, like getting a technical documentation, writing a project. We have very strong product management practices, and even this, like our main direction is digital transformation, where the client tells us what problem they have, and we are coming up with a product idea that will solve the problem. So
Yeah.
usually it happens this way, like 1-2 very casual meetings, brainstorming together on an idea, and then our product manager shaping it into the MVP. So the smallest product that you can take to the market and validate your ideas.
Right. MVP, minimally viable product, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Yep. So you're saying, I mean, I could bring any harebrained idea to you, and you guys would be able to help shape it into something that would work through your process.
Exactly. Yeah, we are coming up with a document which includes like market analyses, competitor analyses, and maybe at the end of the day, we'll come up to a point that hey, it doesn't make sense to build this product. So
Yeah.
like there is either too big competition, or the problem you are trying to solve is like too small to invest, let's say 6 months on building
Yep.
some software. So we are trying to be very transparent, because we usually don't get profit from these MVPs. It's mostly investing into the relationship with the hope that it will grow. So we're trying to be very transparent
Right.
with our customers when it comes to MVP.
I like that. That's interesting. So you're developing this first phase in order to then build on and scale that software solution. Yeah, love it. I'm wondering about, once you have this kind of scope of work and you're tracking into this MVP, what is kind of development time that you're usually seeing right now for these AI tools in development?
Oh, it's completely different. Like there can be AI projects where the POC or MVP will be launched in 2-3 months, because like, for example, in this legal project, it's not even an MVP, because it's an internal tool. It's more POC, like proof of concept.
Yep.
We are aiming to develop it in 45 days to 2 months. But on this other AI project that I'm telling, like MVP was about 9 months, because Doesn't matter how much you are shrinking it into the MVP, it's still a lot of functionality because MVP definition changed a lot now. Like before, a couple of years ago, the very basic concept was considered an MVP, but now the market is very competitive. So your MVP, we are even calling it like a minimum lovable product. So it's the minimum product that you can create that your customers will love.
So, kind of the speed to market has determined the MVP can be a lot less sophisticated, I think is what I'm hearing you say. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Well, and we're definitely seeing it. I mean, the avalanche of tools every day, we're seeing new tools come out. So, then, how much of what of the work you're doing right now in AI is internal versus working to develop into a SaaS or some other kind of software product that's going to go to market?
Actually, I think 50-50. Our 50% of our clients are on this digital transformation type that traditional business needs some kind of software to enhance their processes. It's we have a huge experience in legal industry where the legal companies coming to a point that they need some internal software to be able to scale faster. And like we have a legal pad in our portfolio, which is a great digital transformation case that we help them to. It's Seattle-based company. We help them to move from Google Sheets and Google Docs to centralized software, which solved a lot of problems to them. And also we have like 50% of our clients are product companies. So it's SaaS product companies, either B2B or B2C.
Well, that's probably a pretty good mix, right? You've got legal, and then you got B2B and B2C software. So you've got enough a diversified client portfolio in that respect, right? Yeah, that's cool. What about on the reporting side? Are you seeing anything in how companies need to see their reporting or their business intelligence? You seen anything with that?
Yeah, of course, AI making a huge difference in BI in reporting. It's just helping them to make more data-driven decisions, especially in SaaS industry. If you are scaling, the worst thing that you can do is drive the product based on CEO's ideas. We see a lot of why we need to develop this functionality because CEO wants it. It's the worst thing that you can do in SaaS. And the right way is, of course, like making data-driven decisions. And for making data-driven decisions, you either need to have a data team who will spend hours and hours building some BI dashboards, looking at the data, trying to analyze it, or you can very successfully delegate that to AI and get a lot of, maybe not in a quality that human will do for big companies, but for startups that they are growing. Even ChatGPT, like passing this data to GPT and getting some feedback can be very valuable.
Yeah, I would imagine. I don't know this, but on the back end of the software, you're able to see where your clients are logging in, what they're using, right, from the suite of options, and then you can take that usage data and then churn that. Is that somewhat accurate? Am I describing it?
Yeah. You are plugging in tons of tools that like heat maps showing where your users are clicking, what they are trying to find, where at what stage they are abandoning your website, and like manually for a product manager going through all this data, trying to analyze it's very hard work considering the daily other tasks they have to complete. And AI is a huge help here.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, what are you seeing in the next 6 to 12 months, just in terms of the market? I mean, where do you see that we're headed?
Yeah, I think I believe a lot of AI startups will be closed because we are seeing too many companies not leveraging AI properly, just building some very basic software on top of GPT, calling it AI startup, and which is not giving any additional value. So, and also I see more and more things going to open source, which is another problem for startups who are investing a lot on R&D, but then at some point it will become open source and accessible to everyone. So I expect market to be changed, but I also expect it to open more opportunities for becoming effective.
Yeah, I think that I agree with that, and it's interesting with to see like how small some of the solutions are, and how, like you're saying, it's kind of like the 2024 version of vaporware, right? Where you just put up a website, it calls on ChatGPT for some tiny thing, and it's going to disappear.
Yeah.
Well, Hakob, I really appreciate your time, and I find it fascinating to be able to geek out on this. I'd love to have you back on in a few months when you could talk more about that marketing product, because I think it's something that I could use. So if you're open to that, I'll reach out to you. We'll do it again.
Definitely.
Okay, cool. Well, how do people get in touch with you if they want to have a conversation about their software idea?
Yeah, LinkedIn is the best place. I'm very active and available on LinkedIn.
All right, good. Well, that'll be in the show notes, and we'll make sure people have access to your website too. Thank you very much, and look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you, Emmanuel.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for listening to Marketing in the Age of AI. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. Your copy of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI is available at Amazon.com or EmmanuelRose.com. You can also connect with Emmanuel on LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening.